This new year has been labeled one of the most important years for your real estate career. From the commission lawsuits to everything that's going on, this year will make or break your real estate career. So what are the 5 mistakes that you need to avoid so that you can be on top come 2025? Stay tuned. We'll talk about them and we'll talk about how to avoid them. Let's go. What's up, everyone? Jeremy Kane with the Real Estate Agent Playbook. Very excited for this one and want to wish you guys all a happy new year. I took a little bit of time off from content creation, about 10 days, and here we are back at it. Super excited for all the things that the channel and the podcast have in store. So as always, please share the content however you consume it with your favorite real estate agent. And I'd be so grateful for your likes and subscriptions on the YouTube channel and any reviews you want to leave on the podcast. But let's get into it. So first things first, with this massive new influencer age that we are in, we have been in for the last few years, we must avoid imposter syndrome. This is one of the biggest things. Imposter syndrome also comes as kind of a hot word. And essentially, as real estate agents, we've all been there. We're doom scrolling. We're looking through and we're like, wow, that person's closing so many deals. Why are they doing? How are they doing that? Why am I not that? And comparing yourself to them literally is the thief of joy and could mean a tailspin that will lead you to no success in 2024. So really work hard. And here's the deal. I'm going to challenge you. If you are out there and you're looking at other people's content, take notes and understand that, you can take the ideas and create your own content and bring it to your audience. And that's the only thing we should be doing when we're looking at other agents, social medias and comparing ourselves to them. One thing that Mike Sherrard taught me is do not compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 5 or my chapter 20 and take that all the way through, right? When you start to feel like, dang, that person's killing it and I'm just not, turn the script and say, okay, that's their chapter 20 and this is my chapter 1. How am I going to get to that point or to that level that they're putting out there, right? And understand that content is content, right? It's fluffed up, it's edited, it's all the things made to look pretty. And sometimes it's not 100% the authentic truth. So that's mistake number 1, especially in this age of social media, is just write your own story, write your own book. And I think that that'll take you a lot further than saying, oh, look at that person, look at that person. My success is dictated by what this person is doing. No, that is not the case. And I hope that you can avoid imposter syndrome, especially this year, right? This year is very important to our real estate careers with changing industry, with the market, coming and going with the high interest rates. This is a year for you to gain market share because so many people are falling victim to that imposter syndrome and eventually leaving the industry. And so you have the opportunity to take that market share and do that, and don't fall into that imposter syndrome category and let that bring you down. Number 2, one of my favorite, shiny object syndrome. And this is something that all agents do. There's so much stuff out there. We are so connected. We're looking at all these other people's ideas, hopefully not getting an imposter syndrome, but we try and do every single thing that we see, right? I do this all the time where I'll grab a new idea, a new lead generation tactic, a new funnel, a new this, a new that. And ultimately, when you really step back and you look at it and you measure what you're doing, you look and you say, okay, well, I'm okay at that. I'm okay at that. I'm okay at that. And if you're not really dialing in to your things, you're just average. And we can't continue to advance in this industry if we're just doing a lot of things average or below average. And so I always talk to my agents and say, okay, let's do the 75-25. What works, right? One of my favorite things is to look at the past year. And obviously if you're a new agent, you don't really have this luxury, but you look at the past year and where did every single one of your closed transactions come from? Every single, income producing event, where did that come from? And if you kind of divide it up, you have sphere of influence, or maybe it's advertising, or maybe it's, your IG channel or whatever that is. You look at those things, that's where that person came and that's where that person came from. You will eventually find where your best assets and time is spent. And so you look at that. And here's the deal. A lot of agents are like, well, I want to go from 10 to 20 deals. Well, you can do that, but The first way that you're going to do that is you're going to do what you're already doing that's working. And so you look at that, you do that. I tell my agents, absolutely, we want to grow, right? We don't want to just do the same thing, just keep pounding that sphere of influence, but spend 75% of the time doing the things that work, that you know work, and do them consistently on a regular basis and stay consistent throughout the year. And then, yeah, certainly, you're watching somebody that have a good idea, put it on a list, and then take 25% of your time for new projects and trying to explore. And maybe once that works, try it for 12 weeks, get good at it. Once that works, maybe that then slides into your 75%. And so we're always growing. We're always looking for, something new, but we're not focusing on so many new things, right? It's really specific. If it's, 75, 25, maybe it's one day a week where you're working on, something a little bit new business or new, lead generation or whatever that is. And then spend the other 3 days on what you already know works, and then take the third day off, right? What's wrong with the 3-day weekend every time? You do need to take care of that self-care time as well. So definitely shiny object syndrome, just being average or below average at a bunch of things is be in proximity to people that you want to, don't be a jerk, right? There's other realtors that are out there trying to make it. It's a hustle. It's a grind. If you've made it, then absolutely that's awesome. But don't, look down upon the people that are trying to do it. I see this all the time, especially in Facebook groups and things where people ask for advice and people just light them up, right? I just posted, not too long ago in a group, and I had like 311 comments in an hour about how I had no idea what I was doing and no idea what I was talking about and so on. I did it kind of for fun and to prove a point. However, take it easy on each other. You never know who's going to end up on the other end of a deal or the other end of a referral. And if you always conduct yourself with professionalism and, give people grace, I think you would go a lot further in the industry. And so I'm always one to, bring other agents in and help other agents and answer any questions. So obviously, if you ever want to do that, I have a link below that I do exactly that. Let's talk about your business. Let's see how I can help you. I can give you some ideas. You could say those are dumb, or you can say, oh, those work and they might change your life. So definitely book a call below if you're interested in that. But the power of your network is absolutely key. And it's not just the 5 people you surround yourself with. It's an ongoing continuum of where you put yourself in what rooms are you in, who are you talking to, and how do you treat others, right? Do unto others as you want done unto yourself. So the golden rule kind of definitely speaks volumes when it comes to the real estate market, especially in pivotal years like 2024. This one's my favorite here. Number 4, letting the headlines dictate your client's psyche and their opinion of the real estate market. So essentially, as an agent, you have the duty to stay up to date on your market. One thing that is unique about you is you have a hyper-local market with a specific consumer that they cannot get on the evening news, right? The evening news is grabbing these national fear-mongering headlines. The market's going to crash. The interest rate's this. Millions of realtors are leaving the business, whatever that may be. And they're dictating what your clients are thinking. And so you need to at least be on the scene. Now, I'm not saying be a news channel. I'm not saying do that. But you need to be out there. You need to be present. You need to be understanding what the market is. So when your phone rings or when someone's posting on Facebook and they say, oh man, I'm never going to be able to buy a house, the cost of living this, cost of living that, you can get in to that, slide into their DMs and help them and encourage them and understand. And, at some point, certainly there are tough situations that this market will present, but you have to understand that the real estate market, you have to be able to speak to the real estate market at all times. You have to understand the power of real estate investment, and you have to be an asset to help drag those people away from those headlines and start being the influence that actually helps them understand the market and pick their time and pick the right time for them to get in or get out or whatever that may be. And I think a lot of times, like with social media, we're all about it and we're doing some things and we're talking about the process and whatever, but we ignore the market, right? We ignore something that we can actually bring. And you have something that's individualistic and specialized for the specific consumer that you serve in your hyper-local market. The news and the mass media companies cannot possibly get that information to them in a realistic format, right? They're going to grab that headline. It's going to be overgeneralized. And if they are dictating your client's psyches, then you're going to have a tough year in 2024 because there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. And also, like, that goes the other way. Oh, the market's amazing. It's hot. It's coming back, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, but are you in multiple offer situations? Is there opportunities? You have to be understanding of your market and dictate what your consumer and client feels about that by the content you put out and by the fact of just being Johnny on the spot when that conversation does pop up. You have to be able to know. You can't be like, oh, let me go see what the average price point is, or let me go see, what the interest rate is. You have to know all of these things in the market. So you have to stay up to date. And then there you go. There's so much content you can put out there about the market and about what's going on. And you don't have to put out the silly, TikToks where you're pointing to, you don't need 20% down to buy a house every single day. And the fifth and final one is a massive one, and you must embrace technology, right? And I'm literally here to tell you, if you're not on AI, if you're not on ChatGPT, you are literally like yourself 10 years ago refusing to get on Facebook, or yourself 5 years ago refusing to get on Instagram. These are things that we absolutely must use and tools that we must adapt to. Certainly there are free versions. The paid version isn't very expensive, but the utilization of AI will be absolutely key to your success in 2024 and moving forward. You must find your niche. You must get comfortable with it, just like computers, right? I was just sitting at my wife's grandmother's, condo the other day, and she was like, you guys seem to know these computers. Well, we grew up with it, right? And so we're a little bit ahead of the game there. And so AI is no different than those other things. Computers from the 80s, Facebook 10 years ago, Instagram 5 years ago, whatever. Get on AI, start to utilize it, start to see what you can make of it, because those that use it as a tool will absolutely crush their business. And I hate to tell you this, but you just not using it is not going to allow it not to take over your real estate business. So use it, make it a tool, utilize it appropriately, and you will absolutely love the results you get in 2024. And so if you just dive in, just get familiar with it. As you advance, it's not too late. Things change every single day, so you can get in, start to use it, and see where you can fit it in your business. And maybe it's nowhere, but the familiarity of using AI will absolutely pay dividends down the road. And so I just want to, encourage everyone to get out there, take a chance, try it out, and see how it can help you save time and energy in your business. And I promise you that AI will be a huge part of the 2024 real estate story and probably moving forward. The agents that use it and are familiar with it will absolutely be several steps ahead. And so that's kind of all I got. And I hope that you have an amazing 2024. I'm always here to chat. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the show. I would be forever grateful to have a conversation with you. If you want to say, hey, you didn't make a lot of sense in this one. What can I do to help you get to your goals in 2024 is absolutely my passion and what I want to do for you. So we'll talk to you guys soon, and let's go crush 2024 and beyond.